Okay, so this is lesson 9-1, and we did not do all of the lesson practice. I only had you go to 21, so I'm going to work number 22 and number 23. This is on page 110 in your book, so I'm going to be referencing this page, but I'm not able to have a split screen and show you all my work and what's happening in the book at the same time. So the best case scenario is that you are having your Springboard book with you and you're following along. So all I did first was I went ahead and drew figure 1 on part A because it's asking me to go ahead and draw the 4th, 5th, and 6th figures. So if I go ahead and draw figure 2 looks like this. So I'm actually filling out my chart at the same time that I'm drawing the picture. So figure 2 looks like it has 7 squares. And then figure 3 has 9, and that's all that's given. So now I have to do 4, 5, and 6 all by myself. So 4, I have 2 more, and this is figure 4, and then I'm going to do figure 5. So I've got to sort of start over here with figure 1, and mine are not. I love graph paper just because it makes it all perfect, but I am not in a place where I have graph paper, so oops, too far. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so this would be the same as figure 4. So now I need to go one more to finish figure 5. So figure 5 has 13. And now I have to draw just one more figure for figure 6. Okay, hopefully this is the not as complicated part. We can just follow the pattern here. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is the same now as figure 5, and I just need to add 2 more squares onto the figure to give me 15. So that's what the pattern should look like for you, for hopefully even neater than what I've drawn, because I'm not an artist. And then it says to create a table. So I actually filled it out as I was going. So these are figures 1, 2, and 3 are in your book, and then 4, 5, and 6 is what I just drew up here above. Now it says describe the patterns. It's really much more wordy than that. It says describe the patterns you observe in the square drawings and in your table. So as the figure number goes up, as the figure, I'm going to say increases by 1, the squares increase or go up by 2. Every number on here goes up by 2. So that leads me to my very next question that says, what is the constant difference? Well, if I subtract 7 minus 5 gives me 2, 9 minus 7 gives me 2, 11 minus 9 gives me 2, 13 minus 11. So it looks like my constant difference is just going to be 2. How many small squares are in the first figure? Well, when I go back, I can look at my chart or I can look at the picture. The answer is just 5. There's 5 small squares in the first figure. And the last question for 22 says, let n represent the figure number. So if this chart was going to continue, it would be n. And write the expression for the nth figure. Now that's just another way of saying write the rule. Write the rule. So I need to know if I start with 5, but I'm in figure 1, how do I get from 1 to 5? The exact same rule has to apply with how I get from 2 to 7. The same rule has to apply from 3 to 9. So this constant difference, if you remember from class, is what I'm always going to multiply to my variable, which is n. So 2 times n, but then I have to do some adjusting over here to make it work. Because if I do 2 times 1, I only have 2. I need to add 3 more to get 5. But I'm not sure if this works. It definitely works for 1 when I put 1 in for n. So I'm just going to try it here. That equals 5. Okay, so that works. But I got to do it again. I got to make sure that it works Let me do 2. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That works. Do you see that I'm getting these numbers over here? Let's try one more. 2 times 3 is 6. Plus 3 is 9. Okay, so my rule works every single time. The only other one that we didn't do in class was number 23. And 23 says, compare the expression you found in item 22, which I'm just going to rewrite it. We said it was 2n plus 3. And it says, compare that with the items that you found in 17 part B. So 17 part B we went over in class. So I just want to make sure that I write it down right. But it says 1 plus 2n minus 1, or we could have had 2n minus 1. Okay, so now it says compare those. How are they the same and how are they different? Well, they're the same because they both have a constant difference of 2. So they're the same constant difference of 2. Constant difference equals 2. And they're different. The number of squares is different in the first figure. So this little adjustment is different, right? I'm adding 3 or I'm subtracting 1. So I would say the number of squares in figure 1 is really what matters. And figure 1 is different. Okay, so I have something that's the same and something that's different. So I've answered all the extra questions that we didn't have time to do in class for 9-1. So I will see you in class.